So in this session, let's understand the basics of success factors and the introduction of success factors. First thing, the success factors is not an SAP solution initially. So it was developed by some other guys, and SAP acquired it and made it its own module. So success factors, basically it is a cloud-based HR tool. So when you say HR tool, it has employee data, right? So what does an HR do in the organization? He will maintain the employee data. He will take care of all the compensation or all the employee related data things like the goals, time management, and all those things. So everything that is related to the employee in an organization is taken care by this success factors module. So this is success factors is a cloud-based human capital management. We call it as HCM solution, or sometimes we call it as HRM solution, same thing, offered by SAP. It stores the employee data, and the important thing is how do we fetch the data, or how do we integrate the success factors with other systems using APIs. So we have two kinds of APIs in success factors. One is the OData and the other one is the SOAP based APIs. So we will look into that and we will try to understand the differences and why they are exposed that way. So this is the landing page of success factors, and in real time as well, they will, if you are dealing with success factors integrations, they will give you access to the success factor system, right? So let me log in, and every company will have a unique company ID. The URL will be same for most of the companies, since they are decided based upon the data center that they are using. Since it is a cloud solution, right, every system should be in a data center. So based on the data center, they will have couple of unique company IDs for each company. Now they will give you username and password. You can log in, and this is the home section. Now, in SAP, we need to understand one thing clearly. Everything is RBP. Everything is on the role-based permission. So you should have proper permission to access something, anything in SAP. Even if it is CPI, even if it is success factors, same thing. So you need to have proper permissions. For success factors, when we are integrating the system, they will give you the admin access. So this admin access will usually contain all the things that I'm going to discuss in these sessions, right? Like the OData dictionary or integration center, pick list center, all those options that I'm going to demonstrate here will be available for you with the admin access. If you miss any access, or if you miss anything, you can request the functional consultant. So when you are doing integrations with any system, they will have the we are the technical consultants, and success factors also has functional consultants. They are the ones who design this system, who configured how this quick actions look, how this page look, how this banner looks, how this greetings look. All those things are configured by the success factors consultant, right? So they will give you admin access. And I said it is used to store the employee data, right? So we need to understand, apart from other systems, you don't need to understand the other systems. Even if you are integrating with S4HANA, you don't need to necessarily understand how S4HANA looks, how to log in, how to access. No, you just need a web service endpoint. Like we discussed in our previous session, we have discussed about SOAP adapter, right? We are how we are integrating with web services. So same goes to S4HANA as well. You don't need to understand the system. They will give you a web service, they will give you an endpoint, and they will specify you this is the format we need, this is the XML format you need to transmit. You will map the data and send it. That's it. If it is success, then we are good. We don't need to understand. And any source system as well, if you are integrating with any other system and you are pulling the data, you don't need to understand the system completely. But for success factors, you need to understand the system. You need to understand how the employee data is stored in the system, how we can access the data, what is the difference between the user interface employee data and the difference when we pull the data using the APIs. So we need to understand them, and we need to understand the behavior of the changes. If you made any changes to the employee, how will it reflect when we fetch the data from APIs? So we need to understand those things. That's why we will take some extra time to discuss this single adapter, this single component. We will take around 1 to 1.5 weeks to complete this, right? So this session would be completely for the introduction. Now, success factors has a different modules. So success factors, famous modules are success factors has is EC. EC stands for Employee Central. This contains the core HR data. Core HR data. Whenever I say core HR data, it has all the details of employee. It has the basic details like the first name, last name, personal information, marital status, address information, phone information, email, all those things it will contain in the EC, Employee Central. This is the main database of success factors. Again, we have couple of other modules as well. One is the ECP, which stands for Employee Central Payroll. So this will take care of all the payroll related information. What is a payroll? We can simply say salary. Every month they will run the payroll to generate the salary. Not only the salary, the company expenditure, all the benefits, all the taxes of the company and taxes of the employees. So all the things related to the payroll will be handled by the Employee Central Payroll module. Now, we have another famous module called ONB, which stands for onboarding. So this will take care of the onboarding of an employee. So all these modules are related to the employee data only, related to an employee only. Onboarding will take care of the onboarding process. And we have RCM, which is the recruiting management. So recruiting management takes care of all the job applications, all the career site updations, all the latest jobs that your company is hiring, all those things. It will be taken care of the recruiting management. And we have another thing called LMS, which stands for learning management. So if an employee joins an organization, they need to complete some training, right? They need to complete some security certifications or security trainings, compliance trainings, behavioral trainings, all those things. And the existing employees need to upskill themselves. They need to they would like to complete some courses like other modules and all those things. Everything related to the learning and course certifications, all those things will be handled by this LMS module. So there are other modules as well, goals, time, all those things, but we will these this is some examples, and we will, for our sessions, we will focus on these two things, EC and ECP. And to be honest, the integrations, the success factors integrations you'd see out there will mostly based on these two 80%. I would say 80% will based on these two modules. Out of that 80%, the major part occupied by the EC EC integrations. So if you understand this, it will be easy for you to understand the ECP integrations as well, right? So we will first learn how the employee data is stored and how to integrate, how to fetch the data from the success factors. Okay, so this EC module, whatever you see in this user interface is basically the data available on the EC, the data available on the employee central. So whatever you see here in this user interface is the EC module. For ECP, they have a separate module which is integrated with the ERP solution, either S4HANA or ECC. That is part of that thing, that ERP solution, enterprise planning software, right? So we will learn the EC module first here. Now, the first thing I would like to show you is how an employee data is represented, how it is stored in the success factors. Let me take one employee and a small note here. This is a demo system, and all the data you see here is for the testing purpose or is for the training purpose. So you can play with it. You can play, you can make changes, you can do whatever you want in this system. there is no harm. I can create a new one. That wouldn't be a problem. So play with it, understand the system, open any employee profile, make some changes, fetch the data from CPI, and understand better, right? So let me open one employee profile. You can search for any random name. I'll search for A B. Hmm. So we have this employee. Let's open this employee. Uh, so it doesn't have a full information. Let me show you. Let me open one employee that I know has the all the details. Now, this employee's name is Carla Grant, right? So this employee ID, you can see it in the brackets, C Grant 1. And you can see she is VP, Vice President of Sales. And this is the phone number. This is the personal phone. This is the email, company email address, all those things, right? So if you scroll down, we have a couple of sections here. For personal information, we have all these options. Employment information, talent profile, we have all these options. Benefits, we have these options. We have other options as well, right? So this is the sections where we store the employee information. So in the national ID information section, you have all the details related to the national ID card. In United States, like we have our PAN card, they will have their social security number. It is the ID card, right? So we store the national ID information for this employee in the national ID information section, and address information we store it in the address information section. You can see we have two addresses, home and mailing. Usually the mailing address, they use it, we don't use it here. This is for their all the postal addresses or the delivery addresses, right? They have the personal information, all the personal information of an employee stored here. The first name, last name, marital status, gender, all those things are as stored in this personal information section. And next we have biographical information. It has the person ID, it has the employee ID, and the date of birth, country of birth. That's it. And we have employment information, which is related to the employee's job profile. We have job information section, which has the employee status, job title, how many days the employee works in a week. Is he a regular employee or part-time employee? uh, Pay grade, all those things, all the department of that employee, all those things are stored in the job information, right? We have organizational information is part of job information, job relationships, employment detail. So you can have a question now. We have job information and employment information. What is the difference? Let's understand this. If I join an organization, uh, I might join as a junior consultant. In the next 2 years, I'll be senior consultant, or in the next 2 years, I'll be in the manager role. So I am doing three different jobs in the same company, same organization. So my employment would be only one with the organization, but I did three different jobs. So those jobs are represented here in the job information, and the association you have with the company, with the organization, is maintained in the employment details. What do we have here? The hire date, where we started, the original start date, seniority start date, is he eligible for the stock or not, service date. So all those things are maintained in the employment information. And we have the last section, compensation information, the salary related information. Again, the payroll, the run of the payroll or the payroll related things are handled in the ECP, but the data is stored in the EC database. So the compensation information, the salary related information is stored, but to run the payroll, we need to depend on the ECP module, right? But the data is available in the employee central. We can see the data here. This is the compensation information. What is the salary? What is the pay group of this employee? What is the cost center? All these details, base salary, what is the amount, currency, all those things are maintained in the compensation information.